Hi, I'm Stephanie Bolton. In this video, I show how sentence expansion can be used to support content learning during a unit on astronomy. By this point, my students are already familiar with the routine through modeling and lots of practice with simple everyday experiences. Now they're ready to apply that same structure to new academic content. Let's go over 3 key benefits to using sentence expansion to discuss content knowledge. First, a familiar routine frees up students' thinking so they can focus more on the content itself. Because they already know the structure, they can put more cognitive energy into understanding and expressing new ideas and new understandings. Second, oral rehearsal supports learning by giving students a chance to say their ideas before they write. This helps them process the content, practice vocabulary, and build clearer sentences. Third, writing about content strengthens understanding. As students expand sentences about astronomy, they are not just practicing writing. They are also organizing knowledge and communicating what they have learned. Let's head into the classroom and see these first graders expanding sentences about their new learning.
Here we have a new kernel sentence. Let's look at that. And this is from something we actually learned a while ago. It's not even from today. Let's read it. Ready? Read.
The sun sets.
Boring. Too short. No details. Okay, so let's add some details and expand it. Let's make it better. The first question word we have here is what? When. So ask yourself, when does the sun set? Think. Turn and tell your partner. All hands.
Up.
When does the sun set, everyone?
The evening.
It sets in the evening. So I'm going to write on my lines here, in the evening. I wouldn't just say the evening, because I would want to say when in the evening. So, the evening, dotted line. Dot means jot. Uppercase letter? No, not unless it's a name, because it's not a complete sentence. We're just making a note. In the evening. Help me out. The evening. All right, in the evening. Where? Think. Where does the sun set? Turn. Tell your partner. All hands.
Up.
The sun sets where? Everybody?
In the west.
Oh my goodness, kiss your brains. You're right, it rises in the and sets in the. All right, so I'll put in the west. In, the, in the west. Now, let's think of how we can put our details with our kernel sentence to make a longer, expanded sentence. I'm going to let you think about it this time. We have the sun sets. When we have a when, that's how we begin, so that's a big clue. But don't forget, you got to put this detail in there too, the where, and you've got to add those to your kernel sentence. Think about what the sentence will say. So partner A, share first. Tell them what you think the whole sentence will say, and then partner B, even if yours matches exactly, which it should, I want you to say the whole sentence also. Okay, so turn and share the sentence with your partner.
Wait, the sun sets in the evening, the sun sets in the west. In the evening, the sun sets in the west.
All hands.
Up.
Okay, let's go with Mario. If you agree with him, give a thumbs up. That's it. Because when there's a when, That's how we begin. So I'm going to write that. I'm going to start with in the evening, and I'm starting my sentence. So I'll start with an uppercase letter. In, a space, the, evening, when I finish the when, what do I need? A comma. In the evening, now what? I'm going to add my kernel now. I don't need that uppercase because it's not starting my sentence anymore. Sun, I'm out of room all the way to the left. Sets, in the evening, the sun sets in the west. Here I go. Period. Notice that when I was after I finished each little piece, this is something that good writers do to make sure they're not skipping words. A lot of times I'll go back and read what I have so far, several times while I'm writing one sentence. In the evening, the sun sets, and that helps me make sure I haven't skipped anything. It's very easy to do, so I recommend you do that when you're writing. I'll read my sentence and you can read. I won't say it's my sentence, it's our sentence. I'll read it. In the evening, I'll do it first and then y'all do it. In the evening, the sun sets in the west. Ready? Read.
In the evening, the sun sets in the west.
That is excellent. I cannot wait to see your sentence. So let me show you what your page looks like. Well, this has something on the back, but it will be for next week. Okay, because you don't have all of the facts for that side yet. But on this side, it says, here's our kernel, the moon glows. The moon glows. Okay, and we're going to answer when and where. Let's do that part together, and then I'll let you put it together for the sentence. I think that will be a good way to start. Okay, so now you have your kernel sentence and your notes to help you expand your sentence. When there's a when, that's how you begin. Say it with me. When there's a when, that's how you begin. I want you to think of the sentence in your head. Don't write it yet. I'm going to have you tell it to the person who you share your snack tray with before you write it. And after each of you has said it, you may both write it. Okay?
At night, the moon glows in the sky. She said the same.
Okay, you say it.
The moon glows at night in the sky.
Okay, let's do this. When we have a when, that's how we begin. So will you start with that one?
At night in the sky.
Did you leave part of it out?
Wait. At night in the sky.
What about your kernel sentence?
Oh.
Where is it going to go? Right after the when. So start with your when, and then say your kernel sentence, and follow it up with the where. It's like a puzzle. You have to put it in order. Let's try it again. Ready?
At night, the moon glows in the sky.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Say it one more time.
At night, the moon glows in the sky.
All right. You both can write it. Excellent. Okay. So read your sentence for me again.
The moon glows at night in the sky.
All right. So you have your kernel and both of your pieces.
And I added this to it.
That's right, because you have to have the kernel sentence to go with your expanded sentence. Now, there is one little trick here. When we have a when, that's how we what? Yeah, so what would it say if you begin with a when?
To do that first.
So just say it for me.
At night.
Now what would you say?
The moon glows.
Yes, and that would make it even better. Do you think you could write that one down here? You don't need to erase this. This is fun. But will you start it with your when at night?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to come back and look again. Say those sounds as you're writing. And Since this is starting a sentence, what kind of act? Yeah, there you go. And by the way, that was very neat handwriting to start with. What do you need at the end of your sentence? You are doing. Read it for me now.
At night, the moon glows in the sky.
That is beautiful. Add a little comma after the when, and you have got it. I'm so proud of you, and that handwriting looks better every day.
Because this routine brings speaking, thinking, and writing together, it strengthens oral language, vocabulary, sentence construction, content knowledge, and overall confidence in communication. And that's what I call a win-win.